Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch people loosely and quickly, which would be great for urban sketching. So before we start, I've got this template, and you can see that I've broken it into different sections. So I always start with the head first, so that head length at the top, and then we go down to the torso. So that section there is 3 head lengths, and then the third section is the legs. That's also 3 heads. But in this tutorial, I just want to point out those basic proportions because that's what we'll be doing quickly as we sketch. And the big tip here is to start small, especially if you want to sketch a figure quickly and loosely. Mine is about 1/2 inch or about 15 millimeters or so. So go around where that hat is, come down for the face. It's angled a little bit, and then it's got the neck. Okay, so we have that shape, really rough. Let's roughly put 4 dots here just to show the proportion. There, shoulder on each side, roughly 3, so 1, 2, 3. Now let's outline as best we can this complicated shape. Do the top shoulder. I like the angle, so coming down, outline this shape, angled out, and coming back in like that. Quite impressionistic and rough. You don't have to get this bag perfect. Capture that top shape, and now let's see if we can get his legs quickly. So the knee comes out to about there. It's 1.5 heads from the knee down to the ankles there, so that's 1, 2, about there. So coming out and then doing that, angles quite far back, and then up towards the bag. So that's about the same width. Now come down, come in there, and then aim it towards the knee. Some more wrinkles. There we go. I'm really happy with the pose. Capture that outline really quickly and loosely. I'm going to break up these shapes. This shape there like that. Now from the hairline to the chin, we have 3 equal spaces. Let's put in the eyebrow here. You can only see one of them really. And then you go down, and then the nose, halfway between the eyebrows and the chin. And you just draw a line for the top of the eye, and then a black section for the iris. And just draw the top, very light. We can add lines coming out of his eyes on the side, and then we come down either side evenly. You can break up this area here. So we have a line that comes down this way somewhere, and then another line that comes in here and then across like this. Armpit is there, and then around the elbows. I love these wrinkles. One of my favorite things to sketch. A tie, detail to the jacket. So we're just doing the outline of the hands and not worrying about the fingers and everything again. So there's a bit of a taper there to the end, making that thumb. There's some ends of the fingers, little bumps. I think we also have to add in that cat. Around here like this. And then the shape of the face, it goes around like this. And then it has another round where the mouth is like this. And I'm just struggling to make them small enough. Make a similar angle. Whatever you chose to do there, just parallel there. Got to make them loose and interesting. Okay, we've done the first quick sketch. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're going to move on to these 2 people walking. So let's sketch the head again. That top of the head as the head. And then from the head length we go 3 down to the crotch and then 3 down to the ankles there. And so go 1, 2, 3. We've got that 3 heads, then the top of the ankles would be here. So yeah, we've laid out the proportions very quickly. Torso shape. And we come down to about there, down to that point, and down to the bottom of the bottom. Now the legs, and then across. We know the ankle is there, knee is. Always do wrinkles there to show that's the point where the knee is. The boot's just there. So there's a really quick way to capture that figure. Then go around the front of the shoe, and then a bigger oval that goes around to the toes. And then we have the bag, so there's a V on the back, like that, and add some straps in. And then they're eating something there, so something in their hand. Yeah, I'm going to go on to the next one. A similar head size. Front of their face there. And going down, and then with it, back of the knees, do some wrinkles. And then out to where that top of the ankle is. And then down. Make sure you have a triangle there, similar. The front part of the shoe, the hood, the collar, a line there like that. And now the glasses. Zip there. And now let's outline that shape, so it goes up. Okay, that's our next one done. So once again, we start with the head. I'm trying to get that shape. So now we're down at the nose, and let's go down lips. So we go down about 1, 2, 3. Come right back there, and then curve. Coat goes really far down, past where the bottom is. Out like this. Again, we go around, down to the front. Always have the wrinkle at the knee. So now we have those three main shapes. There's another little bit there, 4 knuckles, and then let's just try and do around the fingers, curl, and then let's draw that ear. I find that's a good location point. So we can draw a little bit of a line there, but then let's just draw little dashes here. But roughly come down a third where you've drawn that bump and draw the eyebrow thicker. That's a tricky one to get because it's so small. About the same width as the nose, goes back. Add some more wrinkles here around this sleeve. I'm not going to guide you through this with the red lines, just try and do a shape there and then up. So just get the overall shape and then add in some of the details. This goes in there, doing some busking. Now we're going to add some very light watercolour on top to complete these sketches. The first colour I'm going to start with is Burnt Sienna. Nice and light, it goes on beautifully. So put Payne's Grey in there and try and match the skin tone. Okay, and then the hands. I'm just adding more Payne's Grey to that brown we had, and around the wrinkles you can leave little bits of white, right down the bottom, very loosely. I have cadmium red, and then this is the jacket as well. And it stops just, oh no, keeps going yellow, and I can mix it in just a little bit at the top of that cadmium red. We'll use Burnt Sienna, but this time lots of saturation, a bit more saturation, so it won't look like the skin tone. Cerulean blue is perfect for that. So I might add that too in the umbrella there. We have ultramarine, just a little bit of Payne's Grey there. We'll add in Payne's Grey here. And the bag is Payne's Grey. Use less water in my brush to get close to those eyes. You could add to the Payne's Grey some yellow ochre. Try not to touch the other colours. I'll just put that in there. Okay, now I've blocked in all the colours. I'm going to use my hairdryer to dry that. But let's start with the shadows and I use Purple Lake. You can see that there's shadow around the shoulder area, shadow where the cat is, through the side, just under there. There'll be some in the back where the person's sitting, so I'll just add in some there. So I'm just going to put a little bit like there. So just a little swipe like that, so it comes off from their feet. So underneath here will be lots of shadow because the legs are blocking the light. You can get similar colours that you had, or you can do splatters. So something like that to add a bit of texture. Another area with large, you could use splatters. Add a little bit, add it around. So it is spreading everywhere. Just little highlights, like if the light was hitting an edge, like it might come up this way. It might not be so much around here. The surfaces, the edges, the corners. So that's how I sketch people loosely with my ink and watercolour sketching technique. Hope you enjoyed the process. If you want the full version, that's over on my Patreon membership, where you get the high-res references and the template, and you get the full process step by step with some theory. Plus you have all of my other tutorials, my whole library there on Patreon. You can have all the full tutorials there and the fundamentals. There's a great warm and friendly community which you can join and share your sketches and ask me any question you like. Otherwise, there's another video right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.